Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you guys are watching in the world. As promised, I want to give everyone a update on gold as well as silver, the new hot metal, right? Basically, as a recap from last week, we were anticipating a drop down here once we had that huge sell-off back in at the end of January. However, we never actually got a lower low on this 512, the equivalent of a 8-hour chart. We were trying to target this area down here at 42.54. We did not make it. However, in a large higher time frame trend change, same thing happens on the very small time frames. You sometimes don't immediately get a lower low, but you would get something like a higher low followed by a lower high and then a move back down. But there is one possibility, and I really do need to kind of look at the weekly a little bit harder. When I look at the 2048, this is like a 2-day candle. We did go up and hit the fifth arc if we were watching this from a turning point 2 to 3. Anyone who's watched my turning point video I just recently put out this week, you guys would know that a real sweet spot for turning point 3 to come in, if it's going to be late, is around this 0.382, part of a cycle. And we did actually hit that area. But without that lower low, I'm kind of waiting to see if we actually should call that 3. So how it was prior to this is a move from an early 4 up to 5. This would actually mean a crazy move up, but I try not to get overeager or play, you know, into any, politics or fundamentals or anything. I just take everything one time frame at a time, one candle at a time. And what I'm seeing right now is definitely a move up based on the lower time frames, or what I call the medium time frames right here. I do see us with a bounce on the 512. It came down, it hit 150% right here at the second arc. Not typically a rejection arc. Those are more like the arc 3, 4, and 5. But around the second arc, we didn't even get a close below it, which kind of tells me this could be some type of bounce, more like a retrace before it continues up. Because if a move has strength, it typically turns earlier in the first two arcs before it ever gets to one of the main rejection arcs, okay? With that being said, on the time frame that measures a month, we are currently in the third quadrant here, okay? And I'm seeing, because of the 32-minute, the weekly time frame, because of this, I do see a real need to get above 51,113 for gold futures. And over the next 16 hours, I am forecasting a move back up into like about 52.70. That kind of corresponds also with what I'm seeing on the 32. I like to align my targets on all my time frames. We do actually have targets right here as well. This that would say that we do kind of continue up. I don't really see this 1 day target playing out because that's really kind of late for a turning point 3 as well as a turning point 5. So would have to say anything, I would say that it's going to get back up to 52, 5200, and possibly 5276. Okay. Mondays aren't always the best days for reversals. I think they accumulate more often than not. However, news coming out this week, delayed news that didn't come out, I don't care about what they actually say. I just know that typically leading into some of these news events, you get a lot of scrunching in the charts or a range is created. Today it looks like a scrunching, and then tomorrow could be the range that's actually created where we go up, and then, allows the market to kind of manipulate a little bit more. But yeah, as of right now, that's what I'm seeing currently. We're getting a nice sustained move up. Lower time frames are confirming. We did hit this gap, and we may even get to 51.35 over the next, before the end of the day. Yeah, that would be maybe even before the end of the day we get up to 51.30. So that's gold. I like to go over gold first, just like I like to go over Bitcoin before I hit Ethereum. Let's see, what are the higher time frames saying here? Kind of the same thing, right? We did get this nice drop down, hit again, 100. Oh, that was 75% on this one, or actually no, that was 150% again. We didn't hit any targets here, so I do see more of a bear scenario here where gold and silver may deviate, but again, we take it one time frame at a time. But there could be an energy over the next 12 days that kind of pulls it back down. We'll have to make sure that this level at 64 holds. But same thing for gold on the 128, 9 hours to 15 hours. I do see a move back up to take this high, at least up to 89, 89 and a half, $89.41. But the ultimate goal will be getting to $92.20. That would be this same high over here on the 512. It's Big Brother chart. That could happen over the next 3 days. So whether it happens immediately or not, we'll have to actually pay attention and watch, because what I mentioned is it doesn't have to go high or high immediately. It could get up to, like I said, this 89 level, come down, make a higher low, maybe take out this low from Sunday's open, and then finally get up to that $92 range, 97 over the next 3 days, which would look something like that, okay? Because the earliest it can do it is, again, probably in the next 12 hours, but we'll have to see kind of how that plays out. Yeah, 12 hours, it can get up to about 86, maybe even 88, like I was saying. So those are the targets of what I'm watching here on Monday, February 9th. And hope this was helpful. Hopefully you guys got some value. I saw someone in the comments ask for silver, so hopefully you guys are watching. You have your notifications turned on, so you did get this video as early as it does come out. Okay? All right. Bring everyone an update again. I think probably Wednesday will be a good day, if not Thursday, to try to see where we went this week and what that means going into the weekend, into Monday's open. All right. Thanks for watching.